Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we are going to do a character guide on Papalymo. I did pick up Papalymo very easy with tickets once again, so the DFFOO gods are blessing me right now. So I figured, sure, let's do a character guide on Papalymo for those of you interested. Papalymo is not a bad character by any means, he's actually quite good. It's just, for me, he was a character that I really wasn't looking to get or wasn't planning to use because there's so much power creep in the game right now, but he's definitely not bad. He can do some cool things, so we'll check him out in this video here for those of you that maybe want to main him on your teams. Maybe you're a big fan of Papalymo, you want to know how to get the best out of him. So in this video, we're going to look at his best artifacts, his best spheres, and then we'll just do a quick little showcase. He is a fairly simple, easy-to-use character as well, so some people might not like the kits that are very complex. Well, this guy is very simple, okay? So for artifacts, very easy. This is just an attack max brave character. So you want to go attack and max brave there. Eye brave isn't bad either because he does do a little bit of battery on some of his moves. So you could give him eye brave if you want to improve the battery a little bit. But attack max brave is pretty much what you want to go with there. And then for the spheres, he is a full A sphere unit. So basically just pick whatever spheres you want to that are going to increase attack brave damage. You could increase int brave once again if you want to help the battery a little bit. He does do a lot of weakness damage, so he's a fire and ice character, and he does imperil with each of those, so he will be hitting weakness damage often. So his own sphere is actually very good. So when inflicting break or attacking a character with break, magic attack by 6% for 6 turns. If you put the actual sphere on, it's a lot better, but I just did the refined one. I'm going to save his actual sphere for like a big time magic damage dealer that I plan on using very often. But yeah, his own sphere is very good. Then I went ahead and I did 7 sphere. When you attack a weakness, it increases your brave damage dealt. So we've got attack and brave damage there. And then I just put Tifa's on there. If you deal a crit, raise his own attack by 4%. Most characters in this game crit pretty often. So putting crit spheres on as well. You really can't go wrong here. As long as you're increasing attack, magic attack, brave damage, or int brave, you're going to be good to go. And you just look through your A spheres, pick the ones that you feel like you're going to get good use out of. Once again, he is a good unit to use your weakness damage spheres on because he does do that. There are some spheres that are for like single target, which he does have single target in his kit, but it's kind of split within his kit. So that one can be risky depending on how often you're going to use single target, but he has a lot of single target in his kit as well. So those are my spear recommendations. So let's go ahead and we'll do a little showcase here. So we are going to hop into his own Lufenia Plus. This is the Bahamut Raid. I'm going to run Garnet, once again, just to make him look good. And then I will run Lude, just because he's got multiple EXs, and then Lude will just fast charge it for us in case I want to show those off more quickly. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, we'll just hop in with another Garnet friend here. So, kind of the gimmick with Papalymo is he is meant to be a damage dealer. His individual attacks won't, like, blow you away, but he's kind of like Shulk in a way. Like, not like totally like Shulk, but he's like one of these free turn characters. So his gimmick is he's not going to do as huge of damage. So Papalymo's going to get his EX right away. So I'm actually going to start by not using Lude's EX because I want to be able to recharge it right away the next turn. Okay, and then what we'll do is with Garnet, we will just do this. So the way Papalymo works is he can basically go between a fire stance and an ice stance. And basically his ice stance is for single target and the fire stance is for AoE. So basically, depending on what you want to do, that's the stance you're going to stick in. We will do this as well. So on this fight, we have single target. So you're pretty much going to be an ice stance the whole time for this particular fight. But we'll show the fire moves as well. Just because the numbers for the fire moves won't look as good, but they're like full damage AoE. Well, we do have a second enemy there, so we can kind of show that off with the second enemy. That's right, this guy summons mannequins. So we do get an opportunity, and that's kind of why they built this fight, right? So you can switch between AoE and single target. So they kind of built this fight for him to be able to show that off, right? So there is a rotation I like to do on start. So Papalymo's going to start off with 2 turns. What they do is they give you a free turn of the 15 or 35, so you can choose what stance you want. So you can choose if you want fire or ice. They give you a free turn right after, and the EX is going to be ready. So on this fight, I'm going to start with Umbral Ice, and we're going to go, and you can see that's full single target, but 460k is pretty decent damage. Now what's going to happen is he's going to get the EX. The EX is going to be either Blizzard or Fire, depending on which stance you're in, right? So the EX is a free turn. So we're going to go ahead and do the EX, and he's going to get immediate turn again. So this is where the free turn shenanigans kind of go into play, right? Now you're going to see that he has an overhead buff there that is at 1. So what's happening is he's got 2 stacking buffs going on. So he's got a normal stacking buff in his kit that basically when it gets 10 stacks, it adds 1 to the overhead. The overhead, when you have a stack on it, you'll see the HP and Brave attacks change. So now I've got Xenoglossy and I've got Foul. So those are going to be free turn, free actions, but they're going to use 1 stack of the overhead. So Xenoglossy is what you're going to use the most often. That one is single target and it does a lot of damage. So let's use Xenoglossy. So you can see he's going to get a free turn, and you can see it's 600k, like very good damage, right? Foul, the other one, we'll use that one. That one's going to be the AoE attack. It does give you a free ability use the next turn, but honestly, you're never going to need that. In today's game, you're not running out of skills. So I usually go Xenoglossy because it's far more powerful. All right, so now that we're back in, let's go ahead and do the LD. So we're going to do the LD here. The LD is another free turn attack. So that is also going to give him a free turn. So he can kind of keep going. So we can keep him going for a while. And now you can see it gives us more stacks of the overhead. Now I've got 2 stacks of the overhead, right? So now what I'm going to do, that I have 2 stacks of the overhead, we can go ahead and use these. So sure, I could use Xenoglossy. And then back to back, I can just use the other one. They're free turns. So you can see we're popping off a lot of free turns here with all of his effects. And then we'll just do Foul. So Foul, this one is AoE. So you're going to see here. Yeah, see, not as powerful, but did, 150k to all enemies. So if you got like 3 enemies, then I would say, yeah, you want to go into Foul, okay? And now we've got a free ability use, and kind of the cycle starts again. So I could go Umbral Ice, or I could go Astral Fire. So let's show Fire Stance. So Fire Stance is going to be AoE. Okay, so you can see 200k and 150. So combined, we're getting pretty close to the ice damage on a single target. So once again, if you've got 3 enemies, I would say Fire Stance is very much worth it. But normally, I just stick to Ice Stance. Okay, now we can recharge the EX. So let's use Fanfare. And then we can basically show off his Fire EX, which will be AoE. Okay, we'll hop in there. Perfect. Yep, Garnet doing Garnet things, of course. Thank you. Okay, and then Garnet, we'll just, sure, I did use the buff, yeah, we had the AA on already, but that's fine, whatever, just use it again. Alright, and then sure, let's just pop an Aquamarine off here. Okay, alright, so let's go ahead and look at the Fire EX. Fire, what is that, Fire 3, Fire 4? Yeah, Fire 4, Fire 4, haha. Alright, so there's Fire 4, and you can see it's AoE. So once again, AoE, that's really good damage, right? Like 400k AoE about, or 375. And now we've got some stacks, and so sure, let's do Xenoglossy. Just because I like that one. Yeah, and you can see it's just free turns, big damage. So, Papalymo, he's not like one of these big million damage dealers, but if you were to combine the attack of everything he's doing on the free turns, he's doing well over 1 million damage before his turn ends. So he's very, very good in that way, right? We didn't even put Absolute Zero on. We could add that on here as well. So let's do some free turn shenanigans. So the way his buff works, that he needs, basically when he gets 10 stacks of his regular buff, he gets an overhead, right? That's for any action that takes place. So enemy action, player action, that all counts. So sure, we'll use the LD again, and then we're going to get some more overhead buff. So if you really want to go crazy with this guy, you can do that full cycle where we're just doing all free turns, and then you can just spam LD, get into your overhead. Now my overhead's at 2, right? So let's see how much I can kind of spam in a row here. Let's go Xenoglossy. And then let's go Xenoglossy again, which will be a free turn. Yep, free turn. Okay. And then let's just try to pop off as many free turns as we can and see if I can get back to his overhead again. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, and then let's, we'll do a boost up, which is just going to boost their stats. Nothing too crazy there. Okay, and then we'll just do another LD. Get into some more overheads. So, I mean, yeah, if you like them, I mean, the damage is good. And like I said, individually, the numbers aren't crazy. But, like, when you're combining all these free turns that he's doing and all the damage he's doing, I mean, it's pretty good. He's not a bad character. So, like what I had said in my summon video, it's like, yeah, I really wasn't gunning to get him, but I had a lot of tickets, so I felt like I kind of had the luxury of pulling for him. And I'm kind of glad I got him, because even if it's a character I don't care about that much, like, they're all good. C90 characters are all good. And having an expansive roster is great, because now he's just another tool I can use for, say, another Equinox event, another Abyss event. You know, any of these hard events where you need large rosters, now I've got them, right? Dimensions End, you know, I've a lot of characters. Every time I do one, more characters are getting locked out. So it's good to add your roster so that you have less characters that are locked out, right? So anyways, that's Papalymo in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Hopefully you like these character showcases. If you have any requests for characters I haven't done yet, just let me know in the comments. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you all in the next one.